Hello, and welcome to Punk Rock Tabletop. Today I'm talking about a very fun game for those people that are interested in kittens and explosions, and laser beams, and sometimes goats. Indeed, I'm talking about Exploding Kittens, a game just released off of Kickstarter. This game set 2 records in the history of Kickstarter, both the most number of backers to support a game, as well as the #1 most funded game in Kickstarter history. This is a 2 to 5 player game. Very simple, small deck of cards. The object of the game is to be the last player standing. At the end of each player's turn, they will draw 1 card from the deck. If that card is an exploding kitten and they do not have any defense against this exploding kitten, they will pack up their shit and go home. Or, if you're a little bit more lax on the rules, I guess you can stick around until the next game starts. Before gameplay begins, the deck is edited to match the amount of players that will be playing in the game. If you have only 2 players, there will be 1 exploding kitten. If you play with the 5 amount of players that it supports, you'll have 4 randomized kittens in the deck. Each player begins the game with 1 automatic diffuse card, which will be your defense against an exploding kitten. This could be a laser pen or a catnip sandwich or any other various materials at which you can distract an exploding kitten. Your hand is then made up of 4 random cards from the deck, hopefully not being one of the exploding kittens. During each player's turn, they can play any number of cards from their hand. They signify the end of their turn by drawing 1 card, silently praying to themselves that it is not an exploding kitten. The various cards you get through drawing that are not, again, exploding kittens, which I have found is a very, very fun pair of words to say continuously back to back, exploding kittens, are cards that allow you to see further into the deck, or could be another diffuse card, or there are certain kittens in the deck that are not exploding kittens. These are taco kittens and whatnot. If you have a matching pair of kittens, you can play the pair of kittens down and actually steal cards from other players' hands. This is where some of the strategy dips in, where if you know someone might have various diffuse cards in their hands, that is a way for you to steal them from them, and then they get their own turn at Russian roulette. And to me, that is half the fun of this game, it being Russian roulette. In most games, you enjoy drawing more cards and getting more cards into your hand to help knock out the other players or to help your own nefarious goals. But in this game, without the aid of any sort of peek into the future card, you have no idea what you're going to draw, and sometimes you don't want to. Sometimes you want to just pass the turn and say, "Nah, man, you take this card." But unfortunately, everyone has to pull the trigger. You could have this nice thought out plan of cards in your hand, and boom, exploding kitten. When the Kickstarter ran, they had 2 versions of the game that one could buy. One could buy the standard edition of the game. One could also spend a couple of extra bucks to get the additional Not Safe for Work deck. I will say, I've only had time to play the regular deck, so my thoughts and opinions so far, I'm kind of judging based on only half the game. But, to be fair, I found this game to be extremely fun. The person I played it with was a very competitive person, and to be fair, doesn't particularly enjoy when I just kind of goofily play a game without any aim of winning. But considering the nature of this game and the humor based around it, both of us ended up having quite a bit of fun, hoping we would not draw an exploding kitten. Between now and my written review to appear on www.theculturecache.com, your one-stop shop for the culture that matters to you, I will have more time to play with the Not Safe for Work deck, as well as mixing both together to see how they work, jumbled in one big mass. And of course, through the next several months as I get together with different gaming groups, I will of course try various house rules, since the rules pretty much are as basic as I have explained them. The only additional thing I believe I've not mentioned yet is the addition of the interrupt cards, which came late in the Kickstarter development. These are sort of interrupt cards where if a player is playing a card, you can just lay down your interrupt, say nope, and that cancels out their action, severely screwing their day and hopefully causing them to draw an exploding kitten. So if you have a particular friend who who, shall we say, can be a little Paul-ish, nothing can feel better to you than to lay down a simple interrupt card, tell them nope, and there's nothing they can do about it. But as I've said, this game is just pure fun. It only takes about 2 minutes to learn. An average game between 2 players takes about 5 minutes. I'd say for more players, 4 to 5 players, probably about 15 to 20 minutes. But it is going to be fun. The cards themselves have a great art style to it, particularly if you enjoy the online webcomic The Oatmeal. And there's a lot of nice humor to it. You almost won't believe what you're telling other players, especially sometimes goats. But hey, it's just pure fun and very, very open to house rules, I see. I cannot wait to see the different variations that various players will come up with and hopefully share with everybody else. I know I'll be sharing any gameplay variations or house rules that I come up with on my own. Unfortunately, since this was a Kickstarter-backed game and has just recently been shipped out and received by the people that backed it, it is currently not for sale through the Exploding Kittens website. Though, after everything gets out and word spread a little bit more, there will no doubt be a retail release for this game, considering the amount of backers, the number of backers, and really the simple, fun gameplay. Until then, if you were not in on the Kickstarter to get this game, chances are you know somebody on Facebook that does. Shoot them a message, form your own little special group of assholes, and enjoy Exploding Kittens together. That is my quick review on Exploding Kittens here on this week's episode of Punk Rock Tabletop. Don't forget to go to www.theculturecache.com, the one-stop shop for the culture that matters to you, where you can find all of our links, articles, and videos. And if you shop on Amazon.com, don't forget to click on one of our sponsored Amazon links located throughout the various articles on theculturecache.com. It costs you nothing extra and it provides us with a little bit of production money, which, as you can see, we severely need.